said that about getting a judicial bypass. I don't know if you guys know this, but have you guys ever gotten a ticket before? It takes a really long time to get it processed, just like anything. The government takes a really long time to do anything. A judicial bypass, maybe the parents are too strict, like they said, and they don't want them to get an abortion, but the kid wants to get an abortion. The judicial bypass takes way too long, and she may not be able to have an abortion by the time they say that you could have an abortion. It may be too high of a risk to have an abortion already. So the fact of a judicial bypass, having it, you have to have a responsible kid to be going to a judge to get a consent law. First of all, you're dealing with kids that are obviously too dumb to wear a condom, or too dumb to use Plan B, or not smart enough to do anything smarter and get a judicial bypass. It takes way too long, and the kids are not smart enough to do that. Second, I want to bring up a story about Becky Bell, how a law that sounds okay on paper killed a girl. If you know the story, I will summarize it. Rebecca Bell lived in Indiana, which required minors to get permission from a parent or a judge before obtaining an abortion. Becky did neither. Instead, in September 1988, she sought an illegal abortion and died a week later of a massive infection. And if you want to refute this, later in an article, it says by Christine Dugan, the Tell 2 Abortions, Becky struggled they found out later that she actually died from pneumonia, but afraid to go to the doctor for fear of exposing the pregnancy, but perhaps in an attempt to strengthen her to fight the ravaging infection of her lungs, Becky's body rejected the unborn baby and had a miscarriage. So it proves my point that even if you said that she died from a pneumonia and an infection from the Becky Bell story, she was still too scared to go to the doctors because she was afraid of telling her parents that she was pregnant. And then I want to bring out another point of, about how kids, about them being kicked out or anything like that. All right, first, no parent is perfect, just like no kid is. They're probably going to get kicked out at the age of 18 for having a kid. So let's do the math. If you work a typical 40 hours a week, you have a total of 2,000 hours a week, getting paid $10 an hour. You sum up to $20,000 a year. An article by Terrell Jackson on apartmentlist.com. Living at a one-bedroom apartment in LA is a median price of $1,420. So let's say you live in a smaller one, like here in California, here in Ontario or Upland, it comes out to $1,090. Now, an article by Salisbury Suzanne called "Cost to Raise a Child" for the Tribune Business News said this: the costs by location are lower in the urban South to $230,000 and the rural areas to $193,000. So you get the sum of $230,000. You divide that by 18, you get $12,000. So you get a total of $12,000 a year. You're getting paid $20,000 a year, getting paid $10 because, let's face it, you're 18 years old, and you're probably working at McDonald's or like some restaurant. And like I said, you won't be getting 4 hours a week, but let's just say you do. You have a total of $1,090 a month to pay rent. You have $12,000 a year to take care of a kid. You're only making $20,000 a year. So that means the rest of the money, you're either going to have to get welfare, food stamps, and you're going to become a liability to us, the people that have to pay the tax money, to take care of your child because you were maybe too shy to tell your parents, or your parents told you not to get an abortion, and later on you do more stupid stuff because you already had a kid. So then you probably start slanging, selling drugs, or do something stupid, and your parents kick you out. So when you're 18 and you're over here trying to make a living, you're not going to do it. Let's face the facts. You're going to be a liability to everyone. It's just the facts, and that's it.